I'm not sure what it was.
Mom, can I get some peanut butter from the cellar?
Yeah. Got some like big accents. This just really is a great day. I'm so excited about today. Are you okay? Oh my gosh. So this hummus, actually it's funny because a long time ago, I was actually talking on an online dating site, and there was a guy that was bringing this to Kansas City, and I'm just like, I want to go back and thank him for doing that. I didn't even realize like how awesome it is, because literally I can eat hummus again, you guys. I'm so excited. This is my #1 go-to brand of hummus. I've only had this flavor so far, but as you can see, as I just showed you guys, there is only 2 grams of fat per serving. So now I can eat 5 servings of hummus and still be on track. So I'm like so excited.
Go Black Ops 2!
Okay, got another salad here. Just figured I'd show y'all before I stuff it down my face. Yeah.
Tidy Cat's lightweight, with a clumping litter this light and just as strong at neutralizing odor.
Put those babies with some ketchup. Oh yeah. First day of school.
First day of school madness.
Madness. I can't see you anymore. You're in the dark. I can see the light. You guys, is the bus gonna come or not?
No idea. I don't think so.
Number 2. I just want him to reiterate what he just said. Exactly how you just said it.
The meats that I've tasted have just gotten worse, and then worse, and then worse, and then worse, and then worse.
Since when? Hey.
Since forever.
Since when?
Since forever, since when I first tried meat. I don't know. A few years. A year ago.
Hey guys, I just want to check in with you for a few minutes here and discuss kind of what's been going on. I've shared with you what I've been eating lately, and in this video, what you've seen so far, it's pretty steady. I've been eating the same things over and over, so it's been really nice. And like right now, it's great because I'm getting to that point where like my body knows what it wants at any certain point. So when I wake up in the morning, I start to crave my OJ. And right about now, I was actually thinking, because if you saw the pasta that I just made, or the pasta that you just saw is the pasta that I just made for the kids actually, when they eat their lunch here. So a lot of times in the past that used to tempt me to have to prepare food, you know, that wasn't what I wanted to be eating really at that time. And I know a lot of people are a lot of women, especially moms, are faced with that same problem. If you have to cook other things for your children or your family, then, you know, you want to make sure that you stay carved up because you have to feel satiated and full of the good stuff so that you don't eat the bad stuff. So by now, you know, we should all know that. Got to stay carved up. But it's great because, like I said, I started craving the mango as soon as, you know, I actually did take a couple bites of the pasta. And that is one thing that I had to kind of reiterate after my camping trip and tell people. Somebody asked me, you know, in the comment section, like, are you Ratel 4? And I know that, like in that video especially, it didn't really look like it because I wasn't doing like a strict day-to-day, this is what I'm eating per day. I just don't operate like that. I can't like do something just one day and get it done, like a deadline like that. Like I'll get it done, you know, when I want to get it done, basically. So yeah, this is what I've been doing, and I've been doing it pretty steadily now for a while, and I've found exactly what brands I like and exactly, you know, for the most part, what I like to get. So really exciting to kind of not have to worry about it anymore. You know, it's not like it's some crazy diet, you know, where I have to always be worried about food or counting calories even. I counted calories for years and years and years. People would be like, Claire, why do you count calories? Like, you don't need to do it. Like, you're skinny. You know, I'm like, well, that's how I'm skinny, you know, because I like pay strict attention. And, you know, I've said in the past I wasn't very good at restricting, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't trying. So let's see. What else? I feel really good right now. I feel like I can still lose a little bit of weight, but I'm also to the point where I do feel a lot more confident than I used to. Like when I'm sitting in shorts or even sitting here, you know, my belly is still like a little bit of an issue, and mostly I feel like it's skin, you know, but I know there's some, you know, stretch marks and stuff there that who knows how that'll end up. But I just want to mention, you know, real quickly that, you know, if anybody is looking, you know, watching any of my videos and saying, oh, you know, why does she want to get so skinny, or you're wayfish, or, you know, a lot of people do that, and people who are not vegans tend to say that vegans are wayfish and frail and things like that. And I think a lot of that, like Freely always talks about in her videos, a lot of that is our society is honestly so fat. I mean, at least over 50% of the people are overweight in this country. So it's kind of like our perception is skewed a little bit. When we see skinny people, it's like you automatically think that they're anorexic because that's how a lot of people do it. And I just want to mention Freely's doing all these videos for celebrities lately, like, you know, Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian. And I mean, everybody does this low carb, starvation, high, crazy workout diet. And I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It works. People can pull it off for a while, but usually it's not sustainable. And then when you see people crashing, like say Jessica Simpson was always like a crash dieter. And what was she always doing? She was doing Atkins. Like, pay attention to what these people are doing, because that's not working for them. So why would you copy that? You know, like if Kim Kardashian is gaining all this weight and she's been trying Atkins and crash workouts, crazy workouts, then, you know, maybe that's not. If she can't do it with a personal trainer, dietitians, and, you know, any money at her access, then I don't think that I could do it that same way. So just wanted to bring that up. But the reason, you know, I feel like I would stop here just because like I said, I feel comfortable, or maybe get to the point where I just feel really, really comfortable. But I do actually want to, when I think about health, there's something that's always in the back of my mind is that little rule, the studies that they've done about the 2 inches. And when you go look up these studies, you can very clearly see that every 2 inches of belly fat, every 2 inches actually increases our chances of death by about 15%. For a female, it's about, I think, 17%. And for a male, it's about 13%. So averages out about 15%, you know, when you're using to talk. So that's a lot. And so even if you want to think about like, where's the last, you know, 2 or 3 inches coming from, or where's the last inch, I wouldn't care about the last inch, I would say, but the last, like, I want to get down to like where I don't even have that additional 17%. And I don't think that's a crazy or unhealthy thing to do because I'm doing it the right way. Now, if you're trying to set a goal, you know, that low and say, you know, I don't want to have 1 additional inch, or I don't want to have more than 2, you know, additional inches around my waist, you know, and you were doing it the wrong way, then yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. It wouldn't necessarily be worth the payoffs. But if I can get there doing this diet, then I'm not going to complain about it at all. And yeah, it's going to feel good. I'm probably going to look great, better. I'm going to glow more. Like, I'm still having some acne a little bit. Like, you can't see it too much. But yeah, like, I've still got some, you know, material, you know, cosmetic types of things that I would like. But like I said, my main thing at this point is health, because I already feel really, really great. Energy-wise, just body-wise, health-wise entirely, and I feel really, really strong as well. I mean, like, who doesn't want to be a little bit more toned up? And so that's where I'm going, but I just want to let people know that it's not all about, you know, looks or trying to get, like, to be the super tiniest person in the world. Like, I just want to be the healthiest person that I can be. So, just wanted to say that. So I've kind of showed you, but I kind of just want to go over one more time exactly what I've been eating lately, because it is getting down to a science pretty much. And I just, like I said, I love that. It takes up so much less energy. And by the way, I just want to interject too. Somebody asked me a question about how do you do less cooking? And I'm really bad about, it's hard for me to get back to the place where I can actually reply on my phone. But it's less, I feel like, since I do a lot of frozen food, that obviously cuts my prep time down, and that's just a cost thing mostly, so it's a benefit that comes from that. And it is a time thing. I just, you know, I'm so busy that I don't have a ton of time, I feel like, to be focusing on things like that. And I like on cooking, you know, and since I just feel like since I'm cooking less, like I used to hate the greasy, grimy messes and the smells that would like linger in your kitchen, and you'd have like oil sprays, and the oily stuff is always the worst stuff to get out of your pans. And like, I used to make a lot of fish, and I'm just so glad I don't even have to deal with that nastiness of cleaning out pans. It's just gross. It's like gives me the heebie-jeebies. And like having to, when I used to cook for everybody, you know, I used to make like raw meat, like I would never like to touch it with my hands. It's just so disgusting to me. So I'm just, that's kind of how, like, I feel like that's a lot less cleaning. Like I said, that's kind of how, when I make a salad, it's just so easy. I can use the same cutting board for everything. I don't have to worry about anybody getting, you know, like those crazy stories about little kid comes and licks the little bit of meat juice on the counter and then dies. You know, like, it's so much easier, safer, and just better for me. And that's how it goes into other things besides cleaning, obviously. But just wanted to kind of go back on that. But so, okay, here's what I'm doing. So I'll wake up. If I have coconut water, I will usually have 1 or 2 big cans of that. If I get it on sale, I'll have it. If not, you know, I'll just go straight to the OJ. Either way, I'm going to get a big bulk of calories in. like almost up to 1,000, I would say, about 800 to 1,000. Like I'm going to have a big glass of each or 2 glasses each. So it's going to be, you know, a couple hundred calories for each glass, most likely. So we'll get the juice in. And like today I had mango juice and then orange juice. So, you know, there's some slight variations to it as well. Then I go on a little bit towards, I would say that would be my breakfast is just juice lately. And that's not completely optimal. However, compared to what I was doing when I wasn't stuffing breakfast in, you know, and getting hungry later on in the day and eating fat, I mean, it's a trade-off. And hopefully in the future, maybe I can get to a point where I can afford, you know, fresher juice or get my smoothie maker going. But right now, it's actually not bothering me to not have it at all, just because I have these alternatives. And one other thing about that is I feel like, and this is less of an issue in the summer, although my son did get cold the other day eating his frozen fruit. It made me think of it, kind of how miserable it was to always be like cold and having to eat smoothies. And I'm kind of still not really I'm not missing it. So we'll see whenever I crack on that. Maybe it'll be summertime or wintertime. I don't know. But basically, I have the mangoes, and I'll usually have like 2 big old bowls, 2 or 3. They're not organic, but they are really good. And I think it's a good sustainable brand, the Wyman's brand. And so it's usually like 30 to 45 ounces of mangoes. And then I'll go on. I was doing like a mixture at first, and now it's kind of really weird. Not planning to at all, just out of, I don't know if it was habit, like just ease of use, or if it was really probably me just listening to my body, but I just gradually went to doing a more mono meal setup. So like I said, whereas before I was doing like my mangoes with some raspberry, like blending it up and maybe putting even other stuff, and my plan was to, you know, kind of make a fruit salad, put some kiwi in there and have just like a berry bowl and vary it every day. And I think it's funny that that was where my mind was going, but this is where I actually ended up going to mango, just straight mango, and then just going to straight raspberries. And it's great because, I don't know about you guys, in the afternoon, I just always love to kind of snack. I just love to come back to it, set it aside, you know, come back to it, just kind of enjoy yourself leisurely, like siesta type of fiesta. I don't know, fiesta, siesta. So, you know what I mean. It's relaxing, it's fun, it's nice, and I have time to kind of sit around and do that while I'm working. So I'm just eating the mono meals of raspberries after the mangoes, and I've kind of just, whenever I get hungry for something else, I'll usually just start to go on to salad. And like, I go through the salad so fast that it's kind of hard to always actually keep salad in the house. Like, I haven't been buying the Costco brand salad. I got kind of burnt out on the baby spring lettuce, which I knew was going to happen at some point because I was just eating the heck out of that stuff. So basically now I've been buying bags at Hy-Vee because I keep on going there for some reason, like a health market. So I've been buying the smaller bags for just a few bucks, like $3, and I'll just get like a handful of those, or like 6 or 8, you know, and it'll only really last me a couple days because I've been eating the hell out of some salad this summer. It's just really good. And so with my salads, I got that new hummus, which I was like a little bit worried about trying the balsamic mixed with the salsa, the balsamic hummus mixed with the salsa, but it was really, really amazing. It was really, really good. And I will definitely be doing that more often because the sodium is low, the fat is low. It is totally worth it in my book. So if you have the opportunity to get that salad, this salsa, check it out. It's not the best probably consistency, but I really feel like as a total health food nut crunchy person, you know, like it doesn't bother me at all. Like if you're somebody who hates hummus, you know, is really picky about your hummus, then you probably won't like it that much. But if you're like a hummus freak and you'll eat basically any type of hummus or anything close like me, then, you know, you'll probably like it. But I thought it was really good. So I'll mix that up and do the salad with maybe the I forgot to put sunflower seeds in it the other day, but that's always what I used to do. And then if I don't do that, I will do walnuts and strawberries with like tomatoes, usually, maybe some cucumbers. And I don't even put any dressing. I feel like with the tomatoes and the strawberries, it's just perfect the way that it is. So I've been having a couple of mostly just totally raw days where, you know, I just stuff myself with salad and I've got enough strawberries on there or whatever. And maybe I'll have like a glass of orange juice for dessert or something like that. But so that's kind of where I'm going. And so obviously, like I keep on saying, you know, this is not like the most optimal diet for a fruitarian. Like obviously if I lived in, you know, Thailand or something, like I'd be eating fresh versions of everything. But I just feel like at this point, you know, being in the middle of the Midwest and not having a lot of good options, and you know, also you go through phases. Like I can't help it that I really just like got burnt out on bananas. And you know, maybe that'll change as I feel like that might change because I don't really see a lot of other people have that issue. But I have been getting burnt out on stuff. So anyway, eating salad all night. I think that's about it. Oh, and the last thing I want to talk about, I was so disappointed when we went bowling yesterday. I was talking to the waitress about getting a calzone, and I've eaten there a few times before, and I've gotten the calzone, and I've had, you know, some issues. I told her, you know, that I didn't want any cheese on it, and it'd come back with cheese on the outside, and so this is like I said, probably the at least third time that I've ordered, and she tells me that, and the manager actually came out and told us that there's actually cheese in the sauce. And this didn't even, I'm a horrible vegan, I know, I feel so ashamed, but it didn't even really cross my mind. It has before, but not, for some reason, just not when I was going there and getting this. So I didn't get that, I just got a side salad. And, you know, since it is summer, you know, that was, oh, and I've been eating potatoes, like just having a couple potatoes before I go out and do something, 2 or 3 potatoes with the salsa and whatnot. And it's great because, like I said, I'm just kind of mindlessly eating and enjoying every bit of it. And I get to eat like so much more than I ever would have. So much more. I mean, just to have 800 calories for breakfast or 1,000 and like be aiming for it. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. So give it a try. What are you waiting for?